Hello again, beautiful artists, and welcome back to another episode of Paint Along with Skye. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Skye, and I post beginning level acrylic tutorials here on YouTube every Saturday. So hit subscribe if you'd like to join the fun and paint along. Don't forget to hit that bell icon to be notified when I post a new video. Okay, so this week I have a really fun and super simple rainbow themed mandala painting. I thought, it's going to be Pride Month next month in June, and also just rainbows are sort of my favorite color scheme, so I thought this would be a really fun one, great for all ages. This painting, like all my tutorials, is designed for beginners, and I'm going to take you through every single step of the way. So the three brushes that I have for today's painting, I have my 1-inch wash brush, my medium-sized pointed brush, and then I have a small detail brush as well. Gonna get those in the water cup off the side of the screen. The colors that I have to start my background today are white, yellow, red, a little bit of phthalo green, and blue. So you can also just use a whole rainbow spectrum with all the different colors if you don't want to have to mix colors on your own. But I'm going to show you how to do that today. If you'd like to see a full materials list of everything that I use and recommend, go ahead and check the description box below. It'll take you to my website and bring you to a page that shows everything that I use and recommend. Okay, we're gonna start with our largest brush today. A little bit of water, as always, helps that paint go nice and smooth. And what I'm going to do is start in my right-hand corner here, creating a gradation of my full rainbow that goes across my canvas sort of diagonally here. So I'm going to start with red just by itself. And you can do it completely diagonally, or you can even put a little bit of a curve on it. And that's totally up to you. I think I'm going to stick with just the diagonal brush strokes today. So I'm just going to do a little red corner right here, just like so. And then I'm going to mix orange. So orange is going to be red and yellow together, a little bit more on the side of yellow. So I'm just adding some yellow into my brush without washing it, and it's making it just immediately turn to orange, just like so. And it can be a little bit stripy, that's totally fine and okay. Okay, bringing my orange a little bit further into my canvas here, making sure that the paint soaks into the textured canvas. Okay, and I'm holding on for dear life here, getting nice long brush strokes. Gonna rinse my brush now before I add my yellow. Okay, little bit of yellow now on my clean brush. Going to put that right next to the orange. Already having fun, loving these bright colors. A little bit of orange here, just like so, blending it into the color next door, okay? Just like so. We actually have sort of a yellow orange in between there going on. Very nice, and don't be shy. You're gonna go ahead and go into the colors with your brush strokes, getting it blending, learning gradations, building up dexterity. Okay, a little bit of green now. I'm gonna take yellow and mix it into my phthalo green to get a really nice kind of true grass green. A little bit of water, as per usual. Let's add a pinch of white as well. I don't want to go too dark because I want to have a nice contrast with my black mandala. Okay, all the way across there with that green. Very fun, very colorful and pretty. If you are painting along today, I would love to see your art, and I've created a Facebook group specifically for my students who are painting along. And I'd love to see your creations, whether it be from painting along with me or just from your own imagination. Check the description box below for a link to join. Okay, blending that green into my yellow a little bit, but I want to make sure that I still have some yellow. Rinsing my brush there because I had a lot of green on my brush and I was bringing it into that yellow. I'm going to try to sneak in here and grab just a little bit more bright yellow and use that to help me blend into the green instead. Okay. Looking good. Just a few more colors here. So now we're going to go to blue. I'm going to add a little bit of white to that blue since it is very dark. And again, we want to have that nice contrast later. Okay, nice stripe of blue here. We're getting the full spectrum rainbow. So pretty. Okay, there we go. Into the green a little bit. It's okay if it's streaky. No such thing as perfection. Love that color, that in between blue-green. That's my favorite. Nice, and now we're going to mix up purple. And purple, you can either buy it right out of the bottle as well, if it's a little bit too tricky to mix. But it's pretty simple, so it's blue and red together with a little bit of white. You're gonna get this gorgeous violet tone like so, a bit more red there. If you'd like to learn more about mixing colors, I did make a course specifically on color theory and how to mix colors. It is available on Udemy and Skillshare. Link to that in the description box below as well. So I have my nice lavender purple here. I'm gonna go ahead and just get that into the corner. Same brush stroke, back and forth here on the diagonal, and then blending it into the blue a little bit. Gorgeous. Okay, once we have a nice rainbow, we are going to let this layer dry completely before we come back and add our black mandala. So that looks pretty good to me. I think a little bit more blue actually. No hurry here. Just a little bit more blue right in that corner there to help my colors meet like so. Okay. Very pretty. Let's go ahead now and let this layer dry, and when we come back, we'll add a whole bunch more. So I'll see everyone in a few. Okay, welcome back, artists. We have a dry background here, and I went ahead and just put a little bit of black on my palette paper because that is the only color that we're gonna need for the rest of the class today. I'm gonna grab my smallest brush, and I'm going to now decide where I want to put the center of my mandala. So I'm gonna do that here in this little red-orange section, right? Maybe about right there or so. You don't want to go all the way to the corner necessarily, although this is totally up to you, really. So mandalas can totally be personalized. So I'm going to start with a small circle, like so. Okay. And now I'm going to do another circle right along the outside edge here. A little bit of water in that paint helps it go nice and smooth. I'm gonna do pretty thick lines since we have our paintbrush. Okay. I'm gonna go out a little bit farther now. I'm going to do a circle around my circle again, like so. And you want to be careful adjusting your circle. And that I do like to kind of finesse it a little bit to try to make it more circular, but you don't want too thick of a line. About like so. You can always use a smaller brush if you'd like a little bit more control. And one more line around that as well. We'll have sort of our center. And just start filling in from there. And you are gonna, of course, overlap the edge here. Eventually, once you get there. Okay, looking good. Nice solid black line. All the way around. We just have a series of circles right now. You could use a protractor if you really wanted to have perfect lines. I've never tried putting a brush in a protractor. If I have any perfectionists out there that want to give it a try, let me know how it goes. Okay, now I'm going to do little hash marks all in that outside layer here, like so. I'm going pretty fast, but don't feel the need to speed paint. Whatever pace works for you. Feel free to pause and catch up. Take your time. Nice. Okay, and now from there, I'm gonna do some spirals. This is probably my favorite part. About like so. And all my spirals are gonna be going the same direction. Like so, and you're trying to evenly space them out as best as you can. Like so, coming off the edge there, and that would loop around. Okay, and from there, about like so. Okay, now, right on top of those spirals, we're gonna do a little curved line, and it's gonna kind of look like a flower. Right, kind of like their petals coming out in every direction here. Now it's the fun part. Getting further out from the center here. Again, feel free to add any shapes that you like, or just follow along. That is up to you. Okay, that's looking good. Just gonna go in here and just kind of finesse a few of these spirals. Kind of jumping around a little bit. Okay. Pretty open mandala. Maybe one line right there as well. Okay, and now from the low part here of our curves, I'm going to do a little oval sort of almond shape, like so. Natural shapes here, very floral. And then from the top here, I'm gonna do little kind of like petals, framing those almond shape kind of like petals as well. So we're doing lots of different kind of natural floral shapes. Looking good. Just working from the center out, bringing that brush stroke all the way to meet the layer before it. Already liking the way this is looking. Beautiful. Okay, we don't need to worry about that layer on the other side. Okay, and I'm gonna make another line on the outside of these just to give that layer a little bit more emphasis. All right, like so. You could go on the inside too. Remember to customize yours as need be. Okay, nice. I'm gonna do little half circles in between those guys. Very nice. And let's start making some smaller details here. So I'm gonna do some smaller petals. Like so. Looking good. Go ahead and do a little half circle over those as well. And how about an additional line? There we go. So excited to see what everyone's mandalas are gonna look like. I think this really has a nice effect with the black on top of the rainbow. Very pretty. Okay, almost done, just a few more layers here. Let's do a half circle around these petals first. And another double line perhaps. We're just kind of winging it now. Like so. That one got a little bit too solid, so why don't we just make that all filled in? That's a happy accident. And I actually really like the thick black. And I may even go back and thicken up some other areas now that I've done that to kind of balance it out. So how about some little additional almond shapes on either side of these guys, and then maybe we'll even fill in the middle one. There we go, like so. And I think I'm going to make this center line thicker. Center circle, like so, just to make it look consistent. There we go. Looking pretty. Okay, now let's do one more sort of petal layer right from the center there. And that will go off in that direction. You might have a little line coming off in that direction too. And I think I'm gonna do little kind of vertical lines. And right here as well. Okay. Looking pretty. Going back and just trying to solidify those lines a little bit. Like so. Okay. And let's do a little circle like so with another circle right on top. Has a nice little element there. And we'll do one more line like so. So pretty. How about one more layer here? Just going off in that direction and going all the way off the canvas, like so. I think a second line just adds a nice little something something. Second line right there, just filling in all that beautiful rainbow colors space. And I think maybe like a little reversed flower coming from this direction right here could be interesting. Really getting creative today and having fun. Okay, like so. Nice. Yeah, I think I'll fill that center one in so that it kind of coordinates with our others. There we go. All right, and I think that just about does it. So I do hope that you enjoyed today's tutorial. I can't wait to see what your paintings look like over in the art club. I want to point out too, there is now a way that you can donate to the show, whether it be a one-time donation or a recurring donation. You can find that on my website. I'm going to put links in the description box below for a whole bunch of different stuff for you guys to check out. Appreciate you painting along. Make sure to check out Color Theory 101 on Skillshare and Udemy. And that is all I have for us this week. So until next time, stay creative.